you ask your team to literally turn a page from what happened last week till this week? Every kid we've talked to said practice has been great. What have you seen?
Yeah, this is a motivated group, a mature group that chose hard this week, and that's what we need them to do. But you really can't turn the page to get out here and do it right now, and they're ready to go.
You're down a couple of wide receivers. Who can be your playmakers tonight?
Well, we're going to have to tell those other guys to step up. You know, you got Rico Flores who's going to be playing a lot. You got Tobias Merriweather. You got Chris Tyree and a couple of other young guys that we're going to count on. So when the opportunity comes, you got to be ready to go.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Holly, Marcus, thank you very much. You got a quick shot of Notre Dame wide receiver Jaden Thomas, who leads them in catches. He's not in pads, had a hamstring issue, will not play tonight. Duke won the toss, they deferred. Fighting Irish will get the football first. Charlie Ham ready to put toe to leather, and we are underway from Wallace Wade Stadium. Devin Ford on the return for the Irish, and the Blue Devils swarming down short of the 20-yard line. And that is where Sam Hartman will go to work in the top 10 career in both passing yardage and touchdown passes. And this season, he's been spectacular.
Really has. And what is more impressive to me than the numbers is how he is fit into this roster. It's a veteran group, great leader, makes guys around him better. Just a kind of a guy's guy. Players will like to hang out with him, even though he's one of the older guys on this roster. Has just fit himself into this team and this offense very well.
First snap, and this is what Notre Dame does. They want to run the football, and they do it with Audric Estime, and Duke's there to stop him for nothing.
Yeah, Estime will have a big role tonight. You look at our impact players. Estime has got to bring the physicality, and you mentioned the injuries. Holly talked about that with Coach, and I think Chris Tyree, who's really their best, most dynamic receiver on the outside. Al Blades Jr. transfer over from Miami. Brandon Johnson, number 3. This Duke defense very athletic on the back end.
On second and long, Hartman lays it right on his tight end, and he's got the big fella Mitchell Evans, who had the huge game against Ohio State.
Well, just get him right down the middle. And one of the things that this team knows is their ability to use the different receivers to try to flood zones. You saw the free safety there get affected there. It was Jalen Stenson. He takes the bigger tight end, stays, so it opens it up for Evans, and a nice play.
Pickup of 28, Kirk, and that ball, I believe, traveled 20 yards in the air. First such completion Duke has allowed all year. Two-back set, you'll see some of this from the Irish. Hartman, that's more than 20 yards in the air. And he had him for a second. Tobias Merriweather couldn't hang on.
I tell you got to give Jared Parker, the offensive coordinator, a lot of credit because he anticipates that Duke's going to be on islands playing a lot of man-to-man. So you attack them. You trust those receivers to make plays. Terrific effort there by Merriweather. Almost came down with it through the fingertips, and Hartman thought he had one. Very close.
I'm talking to Parker this week. They said, can we get Hartman a few more throws? Can we get him a few more shot plays? And they came out and jumped on him quickly with a couple early.
Put that pass up link in the
offense. Number 52, 5-yard penalty.
Not in the screen.
That's the center.
YouTube comment.
Riley Johnson, our referee tonight.
And sometimes, you're adjusting into the game. Watch the ball move just slightly. Good job by the umpire recognizing that. First miscue here by this Notre Dame offense. It has come out swinging on the road in this environment. Remember, we wondered how would they be? How would they be after last week? But they came out with an aggressive mindset.
It's a good way to get yourself into the game. Pick up a big pass play and try for another one. But now they're behind the sticks on second down. And nowhere to go for Estime again, as Dwayne Carter was the first to hit him.
But they are pinching from the outside. Dwayne Carter, really known for his interior play. Watch him get down. You also see the big defensive end on the other side. Williams also worked their way down. They're concerned about Notre Dame, the way they're so athletic. They like to pull their linemen, so they're beating them to the point of attack there on those poles.
They're not.
False start, put him behind the chains, and they've lost 2 more. Now Hartman will dump it to Estime. Estime crosses into Duke territory, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. They knock him down at the 47. Brandon Johnson cuts him down.
So often you see, you got momentum, you're taking shots downfield, and then just a little thing like the center flinching, moving the ball back, getting behind the sticks, really impacts not just being now 1st and 15, but also affecting just the overall flow of that drive.
Well, the Fighting Irish will try to pin them deep. Bryce McPherson back to kick it away, but they'll fake it. Call the fake, and he's got the edge. And headed to the edge is Jeremiah Love. Love inside the red zone, and before he's knocked out of bounds, and Notre Dame is coming out throwing haymakers.
But they overloaded the right side, and again, go back to the mindset of Marcus Freeman. Duke tried to adjust. You can see this side. Look at that. You have one guy over here. Everybody loaded up to the right. Duke confused by this. They were just outmanned. And now you're giving the ball to one of your fastest playmakers there with an ability with Love, 6 foot, 197, true freshman. You could see he was happy to get into space. Heck of a call there by Notre Dame and Marcus Freeman.
Now a scoring opportunity for the Irish, courtesy of the guy they say has live legs, and we saw it there. And in fact, so live, they go right back to him, and Love gets it down to about the 6, maybe the 5-yard line.
That's a punt-safe situation. Like, you're not even thinking about the possibility. That is a complete surprise for Mike Elko and his special teams coordinator. And again, a gutsy call against the grain by Marcus Freeman. I mean, they worked on that, I'm sure, all week, but you're in punt-safe. Almost everybody punts in that situation, but caught him completely off guard.
Last week against Ohio State, Notre Dame had some drives that bogged down late. This is the 8th play. They'll go to Estime. Estime, who hadn't found any running room tonight until then, and he goes in for the touchdown.
Come on, boy.
What's his name? Really? Estime or Estime?
I don't know.
Audric Estime goes in for his
Estime.
6th touchdown this season.
Chris Reese, watch the offensive line play here. This is what Duke's concerned about, the polling of these linemen, the blocking angles that they pick up. And you give Estime just a little bit of room getting downhill to that second level, and obviously he's a handful at 230 pounds.
230?
8 plays, 82 yards, marched it right down the field, and Spencer Schrader will try to tack on the extra point. It splits the uprights and 1 possession, and the Fighting Irish have answered the question about how they'll come out of the gate. Would they be ready to play? Would they be flat? The answer so far is not a bit.
Fire up your movie collection. What's going on?
I have something to show you.
With Disney and Pixar's Elemental.
For real?
Yes, ma'am. Disney and Pixar's Elemental. Buy it now on digital. Own it on Blu-ray today. Rated PG.
Nope.
It's pretty good, man.
Hey. No commercials. No commercials. Put on Mississippi again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Elemental, pretty good move. Pretty good move. Mississippi, ESPN.
Let's see what we got. You got 4 in the chat.
Got 4. Commercial break here too.
No, what you put it on?
Huh?
Where you post the link?
No, I didn't post it anywhere.
Huh?
Yes. I didn't send our YouTube link
No,
out.
No, where you post that link?
In our chat.
What's that?
We commercial everywhere. Everybody commercial break.
Reddit.
Commercial breaks everywhere, man.
What's Reddit?
is it's like a chat thread. I use my Reddit account when I'm trying to figure something out, and I can't figure it out. I just go to Reddit, type in and search, and it figures it out for me. But people like Reddit for some reason.
Look, post the link in there.
Reddit?
Yeah.
They like to frown on you, dog, upon when I do that. I gotta be part of the Reddit group to post in it. Get their time, man. It only started 9 minutes ago. Get the algorithm time.
It's over. Oh, I figured there'd be a pause. No.
Let it hit.
Yeah.
The more you chat, the more you talk, the more it amplifies into the algorithms.
Your NFL Sunday starts.
That's how it usually happens. Keywords. Right. Duke game back on.
Bijan Robinson and the Falcons take on Trevor Lawrence and the
Bijan.
Jaguars. 9:30 Eastern Time. To get ESPN Plus, go to ESPNplus.com
Bijan
or
Robinson.
download the app. You can do it that way. Audric Estime loves to watch tape of Bijan Robinson. Chris Fowler, who will be calling that game, will see a good bit of Bijan tomorrow.
He's off to a great start.
Yes, he is.
I said Bijan can win that up.
Being selected in the first round, Terry Moore finding a little running room for Duke.
There go Riley.
Return and gets across the 25-yard line. And that's where the Blue Devils will put it in play
Let's go, Riley.
Quarterback Riley Leonard.
Riley Leonard is a fun quarterback to watch. You and I, doing some shows in the preseason, talked about what kind of year he could have, and he's one of the better dual threat guys. Now tonight, Notre Dame's concerned about his legs, so they're going to have to load up the line of scrimmage, create some one-on-one opportunities, so his arms and legs a factor.
I want you to take note of that left guard, or left tackle, I should say, too. Graham Barton out of this game. He might be Duke's best offensive lineman. And the first play, they're getting aggressive, too. And it's quarterback to former quarterback Jordan Moore.
Unbelievable adjustment back to the ball, as you say, by the former quarterback. Great chemistry with Riley Leonard. He just put that ball up, by the way, against Benjamin Morrison, who's coming off an incredible game against the Ohio State wide receiving duo of Marvin Harrison and Emeka Buka.
Leonard hit as he throws, and he was almost able to connect with Nicky Dalmolin, his tight end. Howard Cross, the third, was applying the pressure. He's been sensational this season for Marcus Freeman.
Yeah, he's not huge in the interior, but he's very, very quick, and he's a veteran guy. Consistent effort is the thing that really stands out. He'll never take a play off. You always appreciate that, but to have some quickness in the interior helps his pass rush and what they want to do. You can see how quickly they affected Riley Leonard on that last play.
Yes, he was.
We'll see
Not on Duke.
chasing down plays and wearing that 56. You have to say, wait, he's a defensive lineman, not a linebacker. They go empty.
Hey, I think you can play with him now.
Calhoun moves to the slot. Leonard finds it. Riley Leonard right on the money to Calhoun. It's a first down Duke.
Great job motioning out the back.
They keep going to the league, but
a lot of space in the middle. Basically have 5 receivers with that empty set and a lot of space. Good job of navigating that and making the throw.
4 receivers to Leonard's left. Maybe a dangerous throw as he tried to get it to Jordan Waters.
You mentioned Barton being out, who is a veteran and all-conference player. So you're losing your best offensive lineman, and now we've got Brian Parker, who's a redshirt freshman out of Cincinnati St. Xavier. Very, very smart. Just a young guy. Hasn't played in a lot of football. He's been in some mop-up duties, played against UConn late, but not against Notre Dame in prime time, playing that left tackle spot, protecting the blind side of Riley Leonard.
Almost jumping into the neutral zone as Leonard tries to draw them off. He gives it off to Waters, and he was knocked down. I think we're going to see Leonard keep it quite a bit. And it'll also be interesting to see if Notre Dame tries to force him to keep it or force him to give it up on those zone reads.
Yeah, and this time, watch the right guard pulling from behind. Just gets blown up. The play gets completely blown up in the backfield. Because Notre Dame, the size and quickness, I think attacking, anticipating, again, those pulls up front by those big linemen. They're quick. Those linebackers move fast, along with the edge players.
Duke's in the middle of the road and converting on 3rd down, and after those big plays, they need 10 here. Close to an offside call. Leonard throwing toward the end zone and through the hands of Jordan Moore, but I believe this is going to be a free play because it looks as if the Irish jumped in the neutral zone.
Yeah, free play. Smart to know. Again, he got pressured. This is going to be a problem for Duke tonight, is their offensive line against his pass rush from Notre Dame.
Offside. Defense number 1. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's Javante Jean-Baptiste, who was the Ohio State transfer, who was great against Ohio State last week.
Yeah, he just jumps up at the top.
Good
job of mixing up the claps there by Riley Leonard. So instead of 3rd and long, now he's at 3rd and 5. And I know a lot of us, as fans, we watch the ball, but you want to watch that game within the game. It's that offensive line trying to give Leonard, who is athletic, giving him time and getting a lot of different looks. Look at these mug backers right now, walked up, trying to create confusion on 3rd down. And back out.
If Leonard diagnoses correctly, he does. He finds his man, and Duke has a 1st down. It's Jalen Calhoun again.
This quarterback.
Pre-snap, just kind of moving him around, trying to create a matchup that's favorable. Kevin Johns does a really good job as an offensive coordinator, moving people around and trying to find the matchup that he thinks his guys can win, and especially saving that there for that 3rd and 5. Great route in, then back out, and an accurate throw.
There is the Blue Devil offensive coordinator. So right after the Fighting Irish marched down and scored, Duke trying to answer right on the cusp of the red zone. Leonard firing, and it is out of bounds and incomplete. Looking for Calhoun, and Thomas Harper, who's a good cover man, had excellent coverage that time.
So Duke has run 7 plays. They have 1 run and 6 passes. And I think that has as much to do with Notre Dame's plan at loading up and being worried about the run game, being worried about Riley Leonard, leaving their DBs, who they have a lot of confidence in, to be able to live out there on islands. And Duke is trying to create matchups to try to attack that look. They're a little softer here, at least pre-snap. Now they're coming down. Now they're coming.
Irish have been very good at getting pressure, and there is nowhere to run as Jaquez Moore is hit by House Cross.
Well, there's the quickness, the movement right here. Watch him just kind of get skinny here and just slide through that gap, and that next thing he's in the backfield, making a play on Moore. So it's not always about the blitz. Al Golden has a veteran defense that knows how to show one look, go to another. They're going to disguise a lot tonight, especially with the youth up front. Try to create as much confusion and hesitation as they can.
Go, Riley.
Golden's defense gets pressure on dropbacks about 50% of the time. Top 6 in the country. If they can get some heat on Leonard here. Leonard trying to get away. Riley breaks a tackle, but he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. He's knocked down right at the 20s, and Notre Dame defense is stiffened.
They showed man-to-man. It looks like, okay, we got one-on-one out here. That's pre-snap. Now watch post-snap. Now he's going to go out here and try to take any threat away. I think they confused Riley Leonard. I think he's anticipating more than likely. He had one-on-one matchups. So, again, pre-snap to post-snap, different looks, create the doubt, and let the pass rush get home.
Todd Polino has been perfect from this range. It'll be a 37-yarder for the sophomore from Cornelius, North Carolina. Did not hit it well at all, and Notre Dame's defense.
Bro, you got to make that.
Duke to come up empty on that drive.
You got to make that, son.
After the big plays, really strong stand by the Fighting Irish, and a miss hit on the field goal, and it's still 7-0 Notre Dame.
Not versus Notre Dame. Going Ole Miss?
Yeah, Ole Miss.
Logan Diggs downhill. Barreling inside the 10-yard line down to the 8. 1st and goal. He took Kyrie Coleman for a ride.
That is one thing that Logan Diggs can do. You see them cut the defense with the blocking scheme. He lowers his pad level and falls forward. He continues to do that the entire game.
They go right back to him. Nowhere to go that time. into a pile-up at the 7-yard line. Cedric Johnson was there to make the stop.
And you asked the question of what should Ole Miss's defense do? We talked to Pete Golding. He said he was going to do a little bit more drop 8 to keep eyes on the quarterback and also not put his DBs and safeties in bad situations. I'd like to see him do that again here. He's had a tendency to play more man in these crucial situations in the red zone.
False start. That will cost LSU 5.
False start. 72 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
That's Garrett Dellinger called for the false start. That's the first LSU penalty.
And we saw what happened in the first half when Ole Miss and or LSU got into the red zone. They had penalties that pushed them back. It prevented them from being able to score touchdowns. You know, one thing that Pete Golding told us is he wants his team to be fast, physical, and smart. Right now, they've been fast and physical. They just haven't been smart, and some of that's also starting to trickle over to LSU and that offensive line with that false start penalty.
Daniels scans the field, tucks it under at the 5-yard line. Looking for the goal line, driven back, just shot. Inside the 1 on the scamper by Jaden Daniels. And they're going to line up quickly to get set at the 1-yard line. Josh Williams to the right of Daniels, but we have an injured Ole Miss player, and there is frustration from the LSU offense. They're reacting like this is a delay tactic.
Let's want to watch this touchdown.
No. They're going to be quarterback sneak.
David Cutcliffe got Duke to an ACC championship game. You saw Steve Spurrier. He won an ACC title here in 1989. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Celebrating the challenge of road games everywhere. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear is more driven. And it appears thus far that Notre Dame is quite ready for the road. Marched down and scored with their initial possession. Duke missed a field goal. Now Audric Estime has it on first down. They pick up about 3.
What an impressive way to start this game with Notre Dame on the road. They open it up right here with 12
That was a good design run.
2 tight ends, occupy the free safety, creates a seam. Perfect, accurate throw by Sam Hartman. Then the fake where they overload the right side. Duke unable to adjust it, not really anticipating it. Big yards, and then Estime finishes it off with a physical run to put the Irish up 7 here early.
Love had a couple of plays, the fake punt and also another play on the drive. But we've seen a lot of Estime against Ohio State last week. They rolled a lot of backs through. Audric only had 14 carries.
Everybody loves the LeBron.
Offense. Number 52. 5-yard penalty.
I don't know what's going on with Corral, but he did it again. You know, I don't know if it's the hard clap or what's getting him, but you'll see him flinch again. Right there, just a little move there right in front of Dwayne Carter, and they get behind the sticks. They're right in front of the student section, but obviously the Irish are used to playing in loud environments everywhere they go.
Maybe they're putting that Cameron Crazy Wade Wacko hex on something.
Josh, you see what he did to that center?
Got drilled as he let it go. Dwayne Carter, the 3-time captain, was right in his mustache and his beard in this game.
Corral doesn't have enough to deal with. Now he's got the big man right here who knows how to handle business. Has power, has speed, has experience, and just went right over top of the center. Maybe he's worried about the snaps and just unable to deal with the quickness and the power, as I mentioned, of Dwayne Carter.
Well, he was a delightful guy to talk to yesterday. Enjoyed spending time with him. See if
Duke is coming, though.
Hartman gets drilled again, but delivered the football right on target. And Mitchell Evans has another catch, and they move the sticks.
Boy, they bring everybody. It's much like what you'd expect from Mike Elko. The pressure ends up eventually coming around and getting home. Notre Dame's offensive line just enough. Estime does a good job of picking up a blitz. One extra man comes. See, picked up there, but a clean shot by Dillon just after he releases the ball. How about the focus downfield by Hartman?
Back to the ground with Estime. Good pickup on first down of about 7.
Think about being Duke. You got all this noise. You got all the excitement. Everybody's here. Everybody wants to see what's going on with Duke. They beat Clemson earlier this year. They get exactly what they want. First drive, they get a chance to get Notre Dame off the field. They have the fake punt that hurts them and kills some of the momentum. Then they get them deep behind their own, deep in their own territory, behind the sticks. They convert another third down, and it's like all the opportunities for momentum and a chance to believe being taken away from them by Notre Dame.
Two of those other backs in a two-back set now as the Irish keep it on the ground, and they give it to Jabron Payne, and he's stacked up for nothing. Third down coming.
I like that look. I like that changeup. They haven't shown it a lot, but I think it creates some matchup opportunities. It's a good job up front by Duke, but you can see those two backs having Price and Payne. You'll see that continue to be sprinkled in, and I think by Parker going to that, the offensive coordinator, they're eventually trying to set up other opportunities, whether it's in play action pass or even option game where you can fake one back and pitch it to get him on the corner to the other. Another third down chance for the Duke defense.
He picked up 14 on 3rd and 13 a moment ago. Hartman firing. There he is again. Big tight end Evans, his third catch of the night, and he's all the way down to the Duke 41.
You take a chance with Jeremiah Lewis by creating this cushion right here. And even though he's a big tight end, Evans has the ability to run great routes. How about the throw again by Hartman, low and away from the defender? Lewis, as a safety, rolls the dice, takes a chance by going for the football to try to make a big play on third down, and it cost him big yards there for the Irish. Big tight end.
They've got a couple of guys who can catch the ball in that tight end spot. Evans did a lot of damage against the Buckeyes last week out of the slot. Now lined up in the wing. Hartman not on the same page there with his freshman Rico Flores. We check in with Holly.
Well, guys, you're seeing a steady dose at the tight end right now, Mitchell Evans for Notre Dame. That's because they're down some key receivers. You talked about Jaden Thomas being out of this game, but they're also without Jaden Greathouse. He was a late scratch after tweaking his leg Thursday in practice. He's got 12 receptions. The freshman is one of their most dynamic playmakers. He will not play tonight, so only 3 guys really in the rotation for Notre Dame, but so far the tight end looks great.
Yeah, Holly, it's a great point. They'll also look to Rico Flores when they need to get a few more receivers in there. Another true freshman. Hasn't played a lot.
Caught a touchdown pass against Ohio State last week. Here's Chris Tyree, the former running back, who is an explosive receiver. He'll be about 3 or 4 yards short of the first down.
It's so impressive to watch Notre Dame's offensive line. How you've got a flag down, but how quickly they can get downfield.
There is no flag. There's no foul. Second down.
I think they were concerned about a legal man downfield, but I think he caught that ball just behind the line of scrimmage, so that's why they picked the flag up.
Is that when we say good piece of officiating? Why does officiating always come in pieces? It is third down and 4 here. Back to Estime, and Estime, they are ready for Audric tonight. It'll be 4th down and 4. Jamion Franklin, the Notre Dame transfer, there to make the stop.
Good job of getting off of blocks. Franklin's got to be fired up tonight, right? And all these guys from Notre Dame he's friends with and buddies with. Boy, this is going to be fun to watch. This kicker is impressive, Spencer Schrader.
He's got a big leg, make it from 61, 62 in practice. Of course, Marcus Freeman wants him to hit those mid-range field goals too, but this one's from 53. And there's a flag down, and it might have to be from 58 now.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Billy Schruth out of.
So both of those left side, both linemen moving. Now it looks like they're going to bring the punter out, playing field position, as far as we know.
Last time they sent the punter out in plus territory, they faked it. Jalen Calhoun is standing at his own 8-yard line, now backing up to the 7 for Duke is Bryce McPherson. Will indeed punt it away. That spun end over end, and Calhoun makes the catch at the 12. And Duke keeps Notre Dame off the board this time. 2:12 to go in the first quarter, and Riley Leonard will come back out.
Thursday Night Football on Prime. It's on.
Ole Miss, I think, trapped LSU with 12 on the field.
Illegal substitution on the defense. 12 players on the field for the ball snap. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
I think it was Harold Perkins, and he wasn't in a full sprint to leave the field.
It's an uncharacteristic play right there from Harold Perkins. Normally always hustling on and off the field. And this Ole Miss offense is really killing them with the tempo.
The toss to Judkins on 1st and 5. He has a first down and more. Cut down inside the 30. 14 yards before Andre Sam finally brought him down. And it looks like Andre Sam is down as he took the worst of that hit with Quinshon Judkins. Spade slow to get up.
Now, mind you, I've seen these kids in person. They're huge.
So Omar Spades, who had been out with a hip flexor, he limped off the field, and Andre Sam is still down, surrounded by the LSU training staff. So a couple of players on the back end of the LSU defense hurt on this play.
You're going to see the hit.
And football snacks.
The Home Depot and College Game Day.
The perfect Saturday.
Upgrade your home with a Samsung Bespoke Smart Refrigerator at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Bring it on.
Pack all the things. Fly on your schedule. Reward yourself and the girls whenever.
Real quick score update on the games going on right now. Oregon in a dogfight with Stanford, 14-6 at halftime.
You serious?
Yeah. Iowa State, Oklahoma in a dogfight with Iowa State, 21-20.
Oregon, Stanford.
Oklahoma is winning 21-20 over Iowa State. They're playing in Oklahoma. Second quarter, start of the second quarter. South Carolina, Tennessee, your boy Spencer Rattler losing 14-10. Tennessee.
It sucks.
Yeah, man. That's your guy, man. That's your guy, man. Spencer. Can Spencer come back one more year? Spencer could come back another year, ain't it?
Yeah, he can.
Oh Lord, Spencer have been in college football for a decade. Oh man. Let me see any other
Justin,
worth the
they graduated the same. Him and Justin was on QB1, so you know they were seniors.
Oh man, that is embarrassing. And real quick, Virginia Tech right now is beating up on Pitt. Pitt really got bad. I don't know what happened, but they really got bad, man. 7-6, Virginia Tech up. TCU up over West Virginia 7-6.
That same year, it was a quarterback from Louisiana that scored a state winner.
A game matching ranked opponents when they beat Virginia. It's something they have an opportunity to do here at home tonight against the Fighting Irish. Riley Leonard going back from and Peyton Jones, who typically wears number 10, wearing number 21 tonight, gets the ball. Harper on the stop.
Yeah, Mike Elko is, I'm sure, a little frustrated with the way this game has started. We get caught up in the offense and the defense, but the third phase, special teams, gave up the fake punt, missed a field goal. If you're going to knock off Notre Dame, you can't give up plays like that. He's got to get his guys locked in.
Leonard had time. Hit his man right in there. Xavier Watts, who we had a big story on game day last week, and the former receiver shows he's still got hands.
Suck this game.
Let's go to the AT&T 5G clicker.
Watts showing a lot of savvy, just kind of playing center field and reading the quarterback's eyes. Does a really good
They missed
job.
5
Just
of
kind
those,
of sitting there, reading the route, trying to become
5 of them, dog.
a defender that can become a factor in hitting a crossing route. But next thing you know, he reads the eyes, the pressure gets there.
I think
and
he
ball's
missed the
thrown
last
right
interception,
into
too.
his chest. And I think Riley Leonard's expecting him to sit back, dropping in coverage, but he's just kind of sitting in that robber, reading the eyes, steps in front of that crossing route, and he throws it late over the middle, which is always a no-no against a good defense.
First interception of the season, and in his last 6 games dating to last season. Now the Irish are set up at the Duke 13. Hartman buys time, dumps it underneath, and Flores had it for a minute, but it popped away from him.
We've talked so much about Riley Leonard's athletic ability. Sometimes you really don't appreciate or expect to see that from Sam Hartman. You know, when he was at Wake Forest and they ran that slow RPO offense that Dave Clawson has made, legendary. Really, a lot of people studied it, and I think Sam Hartman had as much feel for that as anybody that's ever run it. It's a very different offense here, and he doesn't do it a ton, but you could see from that last play he can get away from trouble.
Two-back set, they'll go back to Love. Jeremiah Love's had an impact in this first quarter as he gets it to the 10. Third down coming. They'll need about 7.
What a great battle in the middle of this the trenches. The strength of Notre Dame's offense is their offensive line on the edges with Alt and Fisher, but the middle is where you're going to see a great battle, because you have Dukes. That's their strength with Franklin and Carter. They're holding up very well.
Final minute of the first quarter. Irish trying to take advantage of that turnover. Flags flying.
False start. Offense, number 17. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Well, at least it wasn't the center this time.
I was hoping it wasn't. But it is the young receiver, Flores, who is expected to play a little bit more. I think he was just trying to get the call right. A little bit confused, never quite got set up. That is their 4th false start tonight on the road.
And their 5th penalty in the first quarter, and now Duke has an opportunity to mitigate and minimize the damage. Hartman had time, starting to run out of it, and now he's completely out of it. Jamion Franklin gets the sack.
Duke sat back in zone this time and really does a nice job of taking away any receiver at all. You see the crosser right here is completely taken away. That's where his outlet would have been, but by then the pressure gets to him. So coverage really dictating things and allows that pass rush to come up with that sack.
At the end of the first quarter, first play of the second will be a field goal attempt, and at the end of the first quarter in Durham, we're back right after these messages and a word from your local ABC station.
Popeye's news.
All right, commercial break. We're going to take a quick look into what's going on with LSU and Ole Miss. Close game, so we'll...
I'm happy to be a part of that with him.
Oh, where's Jake from?
Who's Jake? What's Jake? Jake from Saquon?
Nah, Jake from Georgia's quarterback.
As Davis puts it through the back of the end zone. So it comes out to the 25-yard line for LSU. And let's check in with Matt Barry.
Gentlemen, something we can all get behind, the All-State Good Hands play, and we give it today to Finn Hogan.
Jake Fromm that started over
taking it to Georgia Tech, and Hogan.
Yeah, I know he was with the Lions.
Please tell me you did City Grocery last night. That's all I ask.
Do you really have to ask the fat play-by-play announcer if he went to City Grocery last night?
Oh, we definitely went to City Grocery.
That's a given. Mason Taylor gets this drive started with a 5-yard gain. I mean, shrimp and grits when you're in Oxford.
To the Commander?
I don't get that in Jersey. Let's put it that way.
Well, Bob, I've got to maintain this.
Win in Rome.
I got to maintain this physique just in case your Jets call. So I had some salmon, and it was phenomenal.
Man, he ain't starting yet.
Another button hook, and that should be good for a first down to Malik Neighbors. Forward progress gets him past the line to gain. His helmet pops off at the end of the play. And let's see if he is allowed to stay in the game. No, he's going to have to head off the field, as that play was not whistled dead yet.
I got to be honest, Bob, their defense definitely took his helmet off on purpose. That's one way to get one of the best players in the country off the field. But the rest need to pay attention to that next time.
Logan Diggs. Brought down after a gain of 3.5 by Ladarius Tennyson.
Running backs that give their back to the... Come on, man. What are we doing?
Is it possible to...
Commercial break.
About defensive adjustments, and Pete Golding has come out, and he's made the adjustment. They're playing with much more too high safety looks, giving more free access on the outside because they know now that LSU has become addicted to the big play, and they're rallying to make tackles. So they seem to be taking the process of make them earn it like he told us they would, that they did not do in the first half.
Diggs breaks a tackle, has a first down. Closes in on midfield. Ladarius Tennyson had a chance to bring him down near the line of scrimmage. Eventually, Systrom made the stop.
Yeah, and if Ladarius Tennyson didn't make this, at least...
Good play.
Nation Chevrolet.
Celebrating 10 years of giving. The local 10-day of giving, Friday, November 3rd.
Celebrity Jeopardy is back. Hosted by me, Ken Jennings.
Your charities seem amazing, but mine's empirically better.
Celebrity Jeopardy, new Wednesday, 8, 7 Central on ABC.
Welcome back. ABC Saturday Night Football, presented by Capital One. Starting the second quarter here in Durham, Notre Dame up 7-0, and Spencer Schrader on to try a 35-yard field goal. After the Blue Devil turnover, defense has mitigated the damage. Schrader, the grad transfer from USF, splits the uprights, and Notre Dame turns the turnover into a field goal, and they're up 10-0 as we check in with Kevin Nagandi.
Reese, good evening. Time now for our Dr. Pepper Fansville studio update. 8-play, 85-yard drive here. Boog for LSU.
Yeah, the offense has been unstoppable. Jaden Daniels has made Heisman-like plays all night long, Kevin, and at the very end, able to punch it in with the brotherly push.
Yeah, the brotherly shove, they say,
I'll
right?
call it what I want to call it.
4 total touchdowns for Jaden Daniels. LSU up 35-34 on the road at Ole Miss. Back to you.
Kirk, you saw an LSU shootout last week, too, and the Bayou Bengals in another one in Oxford.
Yeah, you know, they're never out of a game because of Jaden Daniels, but, you know, I'm sure Brian Kelly would love to see his defense tighten things up. They're a bit vulnerable on the back end with some transfer portal guys still settling in, so they have to outscore people until that defense can play better.
Boy, that has to be a bit of a lift, what the Duke defense just did right there after the turnover.
Yeah, I mean, that interception and the way this game is gone, they're starting, that drive started at the 13-yard line. I mean, it felt like Estime or Hartman's going to make a play and put a touchdown on the board, but Duke's defense holds up.
This will be Terry Moore returning for the Blue Devils, and Notre Dame has it covered very well. He crawled, squirmed his way up to the 22.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, you know, Duke came in with a lot of momentum at home, but here's a fake punt by Notre Dame on their first drive in plus territory. Roll the dice, it pays off. They end up scoring a touchdown. Duke's first possession, a good drive, a missed field goal, and then the last time out, he's pressured, throws late over the middle, and a big interception by Xavier Watts. We thought may set up a touchdown, but as we just talked about, Duke tightening things up on their side and creating that field goal attempt. Lucky to only be down 10, honestly.
Blue Devils haven't been able to get anything going on the ground yet. Haven't seen a lot of designed quarterback runs, which we thought we would. And on the subject of miscues, they have another one as Jordan Moore as it bounced off his chest.
That ball hit him right where, and again, in his defense, he's still learning how to be a great receiver. I mean, and good tight coverage. One thing about these Notre Dame corners, even if you complete that, that's a gain of 3 or 4. I think they earned a lot of respect with how they played. Mentioned earlier against Marvin Harrison Jr. and Amika Buka. They're just the way they held up on islands. And if the Ohio State did complete a pass, it was tight coverage.
Alabama ain't high-powered.
One of the best in the
high-powered offense no more.
Pick up a huge Eddie Bertrand there to make the stop.
Kevin Johns, as a play caller for Duke right now, is trying to figure out how to avoid becoming one-dimensional. They cannot get anything at all going on the ground, just 5 yards rushing. And if they're going to hang in this game, they are a team that likes to run the ball to set up their pass. They want to be balanced, but the line of scrimmage is not working out in their favor.
Missing a starter at left tackle. Pocket collapsing on Leonard, and Leonard goes down. That pressure from the Irish defense gets home. Javante Jean-Baptiste.
Jean-Baptiste, and he's actually
on
the inside. Normally he's off the edge with his length. They move him in here. He works and then ends up coming around with that length and with that closing speed.
What number is he?
Good job with the coverage downfield. Riley Leonard's eyes. One of the things he would do last year when he'd get pressured, he looks down to try to scramble. He did that there. Notre Dame has the offensive line of Duke and a quarterback right now confused and very rattled.
Chris Tyree will return the punt from Porter Wilson. Tyree driven back to his own 34. Tyree's got great speed. He's looking for the corner, and Duke does a good job getting him on the ground before he can hit that sideline. But this is going to be a big possession for the Blue Devils to try to hang tough down 10.
Enough! I am a god, you dull creature. Stop trying to be a hero. You're a villain. You're good at it. Always have been. Always will be.
No! That's Loki. He's a bad guy.
Whatever we do, we're playing God.
What could we have done differently?
Nah.
Loki Season 2 streaming October 5th, only on Disney+.
Yeah.
You can feel it. A force that moves everything around it.
And they can't make the movie because he's a bad guy. It's stuck.
With intensity and power that comes from deep down inside. Full-time fans, your passion is unshakable, and you deserve a reward.
You see they make a series, they can't make a movie out of it.
It took way too long to earn
The only time the bad guy won
loyalty program.
was
But now
Thanos
it just takes 2
had
orders.
all the
Introducing
stones.
new and improved Domino's Rewards. Get 10 points for every order of
And of
$5
course,
or
they had to
more and
make
earn this or this or
the
even
last
this.
event
Order now and
but
start
all of
earning
them
free
died.
Domino's faster.
All right, guys, listen up. This entire season boils down to one word.
Bundle home and auto.
Iron Man
But
died.
that's 4 words. Not if you bundle them.
Uh-oh. Captain America
Just
gave
another
up
way to
his
save with the personal price plan. Like a good
youth.
neighbor, State Farm is there.
He gave up his youth as well. He was like fucking 300 years old. Dog.
It's my new ringtone.
Travis, zip it. It's your year, big
Yep.
guy. Let's get you ready.
With 16 grams of protein per can and
He
chunky
just
spicy
didn't.
chicken
He,
noodles,
whatever
simply
was
it's like a meal.
keeping him young,
Oh, man, the way Bryce is able to cover the whole field is incredible.
undid it.
He's really spreading it
And
around.
gave his shield to the
You guys could help, you know.
the black guy.
Just doing our jobs, Bryce.
So the black
Just doing
guy
our
is
jobs.
Captain America
Yeah,
now.
we're working too.
Everybody knows.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. Have it your way.
The wait is over.
Oh, I figured there'd be applause, no?
Kimmel's back all new, live in studio, with a fresh take.
That's code for I haven't started working on it yet.
Jimmy Kimmel Live returns all new Monday on ABC.
All season long, student sections across the country competing to be the Taco Bell Live Más Student Section of the Year. And download the Taco Bell app to learn more. Call them the Wade Wackos, sort of like the Cameron Crazies. And they stormed this field after they beat Clemson on Labor Day night. Little electricity around this program, and now they're going to try to plug it in and bring some energy against Notre Dame. As the Irish have a 10-0 lead and have the ball back in their own 41. Sam Hartman stands in there in traffic. Cool as a cucumber, and Sam will slide out and pick up a couple.
Pretty impressive, right? Sit in that pocket. Everything is closing in around you, and just trust his offensive lineman to take care of him. And we keep talking about how he can get away from trouble. Look at the coverage downfield. There he had, you know, they're sitting in zone, mixing up man to zone, trust the line, and at the last second he's able to at least get out of there and pick up a couple of yards.
That tackle ran that thing around the quarterback.
Notre Dame staff talked about how by nature in that offense you're going to have traffic around you. Sam's pretty comfortable with that as the Irish pop a play up the middle with Jabron Payne, and he'll get into deep territory and pick up the first down.
There's that two-back look. You saw Price lead the way in front of him. Nice job by the center, Carell, getting up to the linebacker, Dillon. See the other back there, Price. Again, it's just enough to make Elko and his staff have to adjust to that look. And depending on how they adjust, can open up some wheel routes, rail routes, different things where these backs can get involved in matchups.
Now they've got Love and Devin Ford. Two-back look. Tight end Evans going, and it is Love. Love, he feels like he's got a little juice to him, Holly, for sure.
That's right. You guys are talking about Sam Hartman getting comfortable with this new system. One of the things he had to learn to do, even though he's in the shotgun right now at times, he had to learn how to get under center. He didn't know the tracks, the footwork. He and his center, Zeke Carell, have had to do hundreds of hours by themselves learning how to do that. So he's in the shotgun right now, surveying the field.
Yeah, he's
more comfortable from this look.
On second down, Hartman short completion. Down to the 45-yard line, it's Estime. Audric showing his ability out of the backfield. A lot of short passes from Notre Dame this season. First drive tonight, we saw them take some shots downfield. One of the things they would like to add to the repertoire as the season goes on. Hartman certainly had a lot of big plays at Wake Forest.
He wanted
Third
good.
and 6.
He was good.
Yep.
Oh, no, you said
It's like you get to see him from high school, and then when they go to college, he's like, oh shit, he's playing well. And then he gets to the league, he's like, damn. You're like, you know them because you watched them in high school.
Trying to get
You watched them their whole senior year.
Big advantage with their size. Jalen Stenson's 5'8", trying to stay with Stays at 6'5", so he finds the right matchup, just not an accurate throw that time by Sam.
He on the move, man. You got to get that. I was like, okay.
Well, the Duke defense keeps giving their offense a chance.
No doubt.
They force the punt here with Ferson. Brings that tumbling punt back there, and Calhoun does a nice job to snag it. And the Blue Devils will put it in play at their own 10, down by 10.
Riley tall, look at him.
Businesses work best.
commercial break. Let's check the
First ever Lexus TX.
commercial break there too.
After review, the defender did not maintain control and ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. It's third down and 4 at the 41-yard line for West Virginia.
I mean, there's definitely a gray area there, but after watching that a bunch of times, I do think that's the right call.
I think it was, I do. I agree with you. I think it was the right call. You can see the football touch the ground as Bud Clark was going down to the turf. Good call by the officials.
So you thought Sonny was thrilled with the officiating before that. Now they're off the Christmas card list. 3rd and 4. And Clark and the TCU defense still out on the field.
Keep an eye on the slot at the top of your screen for tight end Cole Taylor. He's been a security blanket early in the season for the quarterbacks for West Virginia.
He had a good week last week. Play clock winding down. Green will get the play snapped. In the pocket. Now he's going to try to run. Green gets tackled short. What a tackle there by Jamoy Hodge, who's made a couple big plays in this first quarter. Now, West Virginia, they're on their side of the field. It's 4th and 1, but they are not sending the punter out. Neil Brown said he was going to be aggressive in this game. It's definitely his nature to push the envelope on 4th down. This does not surprise me at all. Well, and now they're trying to substitute, so the officials are making them wait. They got an extra blocker in. They may not be snapping this ball.
Early morning.
Let's see. Still have plenty of time. Some hard counts. And are they going to burn a timeout or take a penalty? I thought I saw Garrett Green signal timeout.
I think that's a great decision by head coach Neil Brown. Run your offense out there. Try to get TCU to jump off sides. If you take the 5-yard penalty going back, it doesn't hurt you at all on this punt. I think it's smart. You're trying to test that TCU defense.
What happened?
West Virginia? I ain't go to school over.
Choose Wendy's new pumpkin spice frosty or cold.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad you got the titanium iPhone 15 Pro at T-Mobile? I am glad.
West Virginia State.
I give those kids props for going to school in them states, man. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Even Ohio.
Even Ohio.
Like, what the hell?
Horrible ass state stuff.
Oh my God. I remember going to Pennsylvania, man, thinking, all right, let me get something to drink, man. Let me give me a beer. And I'm looking for beer. I'm walking all over the place looking for beer in Walmart. And the lady told me, no, they don't sell beer in the stores here. I'm like, what is this? Where am I? Oh man, poor kids, man. Go to these schools, man. Poor kids. Look at my Florida State Seminoles. All right, game back on. Get the sound back on.
And all year, even though it was a close game, just because of how they were battling on the road.
Riley Leonard kept it. Duke's averaging over 200 yards rushing, Kirk, and that might get them close to 0 and -7 to start this drive.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to be able to get some better field position. Notre Dame tonight, even though they haven't put a lot of points on the board, they've been averaging right around midfield at their own 42, and you can see Duke, their own 18-yard line. And you can't get the running game going. It puts even more pressure on this line.
After Leonard ran for 5, he throws it to 5, and Jalen Calhoun is across the 35 to the 36, and maybe the 37. Blue Devils get a first down.
You're kind of stacked off to your right. You'll see eventually Calhoun come into your picture. You
Good
see
route.
two
I like that route.
receivers and 2 defenders, but the softer coverage by Watts makes it a lot easier to navigate on one option route and work back outside.
Leonard back to work, looking for Calhoun, and misfires.
He had a great throwing lane there. He just missed him. Still feel like he's just settling into this game. He's probably more frustrated than anybody. There's the offensive line doing a good job of giving him time. You can see that open up, and he just missed it.
Leonard typically very accurate, especially in the short game. Not a guy who's going to unleash 160, 70 yards down the field. He's improved his mechanics, improved his arm strength. Continues to grow and improve. Now Leonard out quickly. And a little running room from elite Bowen Sims, and he tripped and fell.
Well, sometimes when you blitz like this and you don't get home, you're still able to impact the timing and the rhythm. Watch how he feels hurried because he sees this blitz flash. See how quickly he had to abort, get out of that handoff. He wanted to get it outside where he had some one-on-one opportunities, but if you don't get it out in front of the receiver, you know, you miss a golden opportunity for yards after the catch.
Duke just 1 for 3 on 3rd down tonight, and they need 13. Leonard dumps it underneath. Out to Jaquez Moore, and Moore can't find any running room. J.D. Bertrand there to knock him down. Mickey on there to help as well.
I think the biggest difference in his second year with Marcus Freeman and with Al Golden's doing on defense is obviously when you're in that second year, you understand it, but the speed of the back seven, of the backers, the safeties, and especially the corners, it's just a completely different feel to Notre Dame defense compared to what we're used to seeing in recent years.
Porter Wilson will punt it away to the dangerous Chris Tyree. And short kick a bit up the side of his foot. And it goes out of bounds. And Notre Dame, once again, to your point, Kirk, will be set up with terrific field position when you come back.
We're kicking off game day with a
It's a real night.
Second and 3, and here's Anderson. We got flags on the play. Moves the pile just like he did at Newberry, but this one will be coming back.
Offense,
number 69. 10-yard penalty, remains second down.
That's Nick Gargiulo, the Yale transfer.
Yeah, just going to hook the defender here when he gets beat on an inside move. Trying his best to sell it, but not so nice for number 69.
Second and 13. The screen action. Here's Amarian Brown. Gain of 3. Third and 10.
They was Spencer's third team, bro.
One of their better pass rushers right now. James Pierce, number 27, going to be working off the right side. There's Pierce right there at the top.
Who was in Georgia?
Rattler on the run is able to find Luke Doty, and Doty thrown down behind the line of scrimmage. Fourth down.
Speed to power is a very dangerous thing. You know you have to get depth to cut off the speed, but when they turn that into power and you don't have your feet set because you've opened your hips, you usually go down the wrong way. Excellent job by James Pierce turning his speed into power.
And so South Carolina forced the punt. It's Kai Kroger back out there. Remember, he threw a dart to Leggett last time. And a line drive punt. Chance for a return for D. Williams. And Williams tracked down behind the 30-yard line. This atmosphere is absolutely electric.
There you go, bro. Let's see what this
Ole Miss goes final.
This basketball game over here real quick.
All right, Matt, thank you. The fifth running back of the night in the game for LSU at Caleb Jackson. A rollout for Daniels. There's the check down. Dropped by Jackson. He's normally the return man on kickoffs and has pretty good hands, but could not hold on to that one. And head right to the sideline. Replaced by Logan Diggs.
That's usually what happens when you come in and you put a stinker of a drop out there. He did outflank the defense very quickly. You could see the speed, but they're going to go with the guys that have been the hot hand for them. And Diggs has certainly been cooking all day long.
Seems like that's the only way we'll see a Jaden Daniels incompletion. As if someone drops the ball. That's how good he's been.
Good player. You can just see him to the outside there. Tight ends flexed out. So there's a lot of space. Hartman comes back from his left, back to the right. What an effort to get the left hand up and bring that in.
Estimate picks up a couple, but you know what, Kirk? They talked about him watching Michael Mayer, and boy, is he putting on a show.
And he looks like Michael Mayer with this catch. That ball looks like it's no chance he can make that catch. The big paw goes up. almost smacked it towards himself. And then how about the yards after the catch? So again, Stenson's 5'8", Johnson's listed at 5'10". Really tough matchup against both Evans and Stays when they flex him out like that.
He is close to a 100-yard first half after getting 75 last week. He's becoming a weapon. He already is. Pick up the pressure. Hartman, that was almost disastrous as it bounced off of Tobias Merriweather. Freeman applying the heat.
Yeah, they brought the backer here. Could have potentially impacted this. You see the back try to pick him up, and Price could see that physicality. Linebacker, see him getting there, still throws it accurately enough. And these receivers with Thomas down and Greathouse down, Merriweather and Tyree got to make those tough catches. That's why you're seeing the tight ends making a lot of plays tonight.
Ooh. Here's the Blue Devil defense can stand firm again. Hartman buying time. Hartman finds Flores. He catches it, but he's short of the first down.
Who the hell is?
They do it again. Defense is being asked to make a lot of plays tonight. Good coverage, good job of mixing up the looks by Mike Elko.
Yeah.
And it's really been the creativity. Hartman, of all people, didn't come into this game expecting him to have to keep plays alive with his legs, but he did that again. Watch it. This ball's going over. It's going over the All-State.
I was going to say he may kick this out of the stage.
It's a moonshot.
Spencer Schrader, 37 yards.
I'm not drafting tight ends no more, guy.
It's not accurate, but it's over. Look at that. Over the net.
And that is exactly what Freeman was talking about. Big leg. Said I need him to make those, and Duke dodges another one, and they get the ball back down 10-0.
Yeah, it's a 37-yarder. Obviously, we're kind of kidding about it. His leg strength, when I was down on the field, could not believe how far he kicks the ball. And he's just a consistency. That's the big issue with him. And somehow, some way, if you've been watching this whole game, it's Notre Dame 10, Duke nothing. Feels like 24-0. It's 10-0. Notre Dame's defense has had their way up front against Duke. If you're just tuning in, one thing to remember is Graham Barton, a veteran left tackle, 35th career start would have been tonight. He's an all-conference left tackle. He's not playing. So Brian Parker, the young redshirt freshman, is inserted at that left side.
There we go.
Part of the reason the Blue Devils have less than 70 yards of offense.
Leonard
buying time, floating it toward Calhoun, but it's incomplete.
So what they're doing is they're chipping. In this case, watch the guard here, McIntyre. He's going to try to help out. You got inside movement. Now he kind of slides to the outside. You'll see backs helping 53 out, tight ends. He's more than capable. He's just a young guy playing in a big moment against a very talented, experienced defensive line.
So hard at this level to come in and play offensive line.
Things moving really fast.
Palomalo everywhere.
That looks bizarre. That looks a lot like the Clemson escape, but he does not get loose. Maris Leopold there to hold him down.
You see that. It's a run-pass option where the back wasn't there. Waters doesn't get there. Watch, you see Riley Leonard waiting for him. Look at him, like, I need you to be in here. So it was affected by the rhythm. Usually the back's right there, so if it's a read to hand it off, you hand it off. That time he wasn't close enough to hand it off, so he was in no man's land. He's lucky to just get out of there.
It's been a frustrating first half for Mike Elko and the Blue Devils. Another third down here. Flag flies. Leonard under heat. Leonard swarmed under by the Irish defense.
Yeah, they're dialing up the heat, getting after him.
Defense.
Oh.
5-yard penalty. Third down.
I think Patello may have lined up offsides. I don't think he jumped. He was down at the offense's right, down at the bottom of our screen. I don't know if his... You just see him right here trying to get in that sprinter stance, but leaning across the line of scrimmage, so Duke catches a break. It helped him. You can see him turn the corner.
We've talked about the Duke miscues. Notre Dame now has 6 penalties, and almost all of them false starts, lining up offsides, 30 yards. So Duke another chance on 3rd down. Leonard buying time, and Riley Leonard looks a little bit out of sorts in the pocket.
I see where he wanted to go, but they dropped the ball to Cambridge.
Another 3rd down goes awry. Duke is now 1 for 5 in trying to move the sticks on 3rd down.
They seem kind of almost smirking like, man, they're getting me, especially on 3rd downs. The different looks. They're 1 of 5 on 3rd down, and I think he's seen a different 3rd down look every single time.
Porter Wilson, who had a poor punt last time, he did unleash a 70-yarder earlier this year against Clemson. And Notre Dame put a little heat on that one, much better than the last effort. Tyree makes the fair catch just inside his own 25-yard line. And just over 5 minutes to go in the half, and Sam Hartman will go back to work after the 51-yard punt.
It's the battle of the solid quarterbacks. They're both cheap.
Good.
This tackle's continued to be a problem for the LSU defense.
Man, Ulysses Bentley is seeing it so cleanly right now. Watch how he knifes through this line, makes a guy miss. He's making the moves before they even know he's past them.
Bentley again. 7 more yards on 1st down. That time Major Burns did make the tackle.
I had a conversation with Bijan Robinson, and he talked to me about how, some guys wait till they get to a guy to make a move, whereas he would make the move 3-4 yards away, and the defender wouldn't even know that he wasn't going to be where they thought he was going to be. And that's what I'm seeing from Ulysses Bentley right now.
Judkins met and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Aggressive move by Sage Ryan. A loss of a yard.
You've seen Ole Miss go to that toss play a couple times. They tried to do a play action off of it, the one that Jackson Dart threw sidearm that was incomplete. It's been an effective run for them because it's getting them out on the edge quickly. Right there, LSU knocked it out.
3rd down and 4. Becomes 4th down and 5. Judkins drops behind the line. Mason Smith with terrific penetration. And Harold Perkins Jr. is down.
Oh, man.
He immediately rolls over on his back, and the LSU trainers are quick to respond. So an injury timeout. A player that RG3, you said, might be the best defensive player in the nation, down and hurt. We'll check when we come back.
LMX technology.
Right, checks down, moves, and then gets taken down. And a South.
I'm about to get ready for
Yay, for the military community and their family.
So I'm about to say, let's get ready for Alabama tonight.
Ahead, and from where we sit, the future.
Every game is going to be a commercial. No, we don't want to see that.
One can get really aggressive in their hurry up and try to put points on the board. Instead, they got to turn the ball over to their weapon, Torrey Taylor.
Do you like the pass there on a 3rd and 5?
Yeah, I did. I like the aggressiveness that we're seeing out of Brian Ferentz in the play calling right now. They're not holding back with the backup quarterback.
Taylor will let it fly. Michigan State will have all 3 timeouts to work with as Henry lets it bounce out of bounds just in front of the.
Unmistakable voice of James Taylor singing the unofficial anthem of the state of North Carolina. You know, he grew up just outside of Chapel Hill. His dad taught medicine at North Carolina, which is, most are aware, just about 8 to 10 miles, depending on the path that you take from where we are here on campus at Duke. Inside 5 minutes to play here in the first half. And the one thing, the Duke defense has kept him in the game, and Audric Estime has found tough sledding for the most part tonight.
Yeah, he has, but Right now, 30 plays in. It's a good job of being balanced. There are 15 runs, 15 passes.
Flag flies. Hartman buys time, and Sam's going to throw it away.
And they're going to get a holding call on Spindler, the right guard. He lost his balance and he was falling. He pulled a Duke defender down with him.
Holding. Offense number 50. 10-yard penalty. Second out.
It's the 7th penalty against the Fighting Irish tonight.
Yeah, good job of pressure right in the middle of your screen. 50. See how he loses his balance, just pulls on. He's like, if I'm going down, you're coming down with me.
Look, either way, it was going to be wrecked. If he didn't do that, he was going to hit Hartman, right?
It was not once the big fella started to go back. Nothing was going to be good.
Time protection holds up, and now Hartman misfires. He had Rico Flores and threw it over his head.
Yeah, I said it earlier. I'm going to say it again. But a big part of this turnaround with Duke is how athletic they are this year in the back end. They brought in a couple transfer portals. Miles Jones actually not playing tonight. He's from Texas A&M. We've seen Jeremiah Lewis from Northwestern, Al Blades Jr. from Miami. They don't have a ton of portal players, but they were wise to upgrade on the back end. And you mix that with Brandon Johnson and Jalen Stinson, and you got a pretty good group.
They tried to run it on 3rd and 19. Estimate he's knocked down, and the Irish will punt.
They'll get another flag down. It looks like the reason that's important. Looks like it just fell out of his pocket. Nice job by the Duke player there, being a good citizen, handing it back to the umpire. The reason that's a big deal is you got a Notre Dame team that's down at receivers and trying to find things offensively.
There's no flag thrown on the field. It's 4th down.
Sir, yes, sir. But the tight ends are involved in the pass game, right? So it's a little bit of a conservative approach, but they have the 10-0 lead, and I think Marcus is very confident in the way his defense is playing.
Bryce McPherson puts a foot to it. Smear Higgins has a good punt driven back to his 23. Higgins takes it back up to the 30. Had to do a little bit of work to get there, and the Blue Devils will try to get something going on offense. This week, Monday Night Football. Seahawks against former Duke quarterback Daniel Jones and the Giants, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 Pacific. ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and Peyton and Eli on ESPN2.
Yeah, hopefully Saquon Barkley looks like he's going to be a game-time decision. I had the Giants last week when they played the 49ers. Couldn't get a whole lot going, and they're going to have a bad taste in their mouth to go up against Seattle. It's the best field position of the night at their own 30 to start a drive here for Duke.
Craig, there's some similarities with Daniel Jones and Riley Leonard. Jones was a terrific basketball player in high school. Many thought Riley Leonard would end up playing college basketball instead because of athleticism like you see there.
Hey, you'll take that. That's positive yards, zone read, an easy thing that he's comfortable with. Notre Dame collapsed down on the back more and gave him just enough room to try to get some positive yards. It's a 3 or 4 yard gain, but it's better than being the 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 12. It's been that kind of night for this offense. They need to stay on schedule. They want to be at 2nd and 5 and 3rd and 2. That's where they are with this offensive line tonight against a talented front from Notre Dame.
Leonard designed quarterback run, and Riley gets it across the 40 to the 41. It'll be a 1st down.
That time, Kevin Johns went to almost that quad look with all the receivers here. What that does is look at all the Notre Dame defenders over there. So now you've got numbers the right way at the line of scrimmage, and now you get him involved in the running game. If you're not being able to run the ball with the backs, utilize the athletic ability of Riley Leonard and get the numbers right by using those formations and spread Notre Dame's defense out.
He's Notre Dame, or rather Duke's leading rusher tonight with 5 yards rushing. And not much there for Jaquez Moore as we check in with Holly.
Well, Riley Leonard and Daniel Jones actually do have a great relationship. You see the similarities. Well, they kind of grew up doing the same thing with that basketball. They had the same trainer growing up. They speak on the phone, text on the phone. And Riley told me this summer that Daniel has been a great resource for him. He saw him do it, he had great success here at Duke, and he's trying to follow that mold, and he leans on Daniel for that great advice, and they do frequently communicate.
Yeah, Holly, they work with David Morris down in Mobile, one of the better quarterback coaches in the entire country, does a great job with quarterback country, and he works with both of them.
It's a growing stable down in Mobile too.
Yeah,
a lot of guys are flocking there to hone their skills with David.
Yeah,
Cutcliffe guy, former
right.
Duke coach. David, quarterback at Ole Miss.
Now you get to third down. Again, at 1 of 5, it comes down to does Notre Dame come after this offensive line? They've been mixing up their looks, showing pressure, dropping, showing pressure, and coming after them, disguising pressure.
Just over a minute to go. Duke can pick up this first down. They might really pick up the pace. They can, and they do. Samir Hagens has the catch. Clock will stop inside 2 minutes and a half for the first down.
You get some drops by this Notre Dame defense, so now you've got some openings underneath. Good job of climbing in the pocket that time by Riley Leonard to be able to locate his receiver.
Quarterback draw. Leonard is loose. Can he make a man miss? No, he'll step out of bounds at the 22, and Duke is threatening.
Well, when you blitz and you play man, you've got to be accountable for an athletic quarterback, and there's nobody left in the middle. What you love is Riley Leonard did not hesitate. He saw man-to-man because of that blitz, didn't wait around to try to find an open receiver, just took off and got great yards there by recognizing that blitz.
Kevin Johns told us this week they would incorporate quarterback
still in the game,
into the
man.
throw game if he saw it. They wanted him to be able to do that. And see how well he's run the ball this year.
It's 56 seconds to go. You got 3 timeouts. It's 10-0. If you get a touchdown here and you're a Duke fan, wow, that would be huge.
After this half, you bet. Leonard, right on the money.
Should have had 3.
All the way down to the 10. It'll be another first down for the Blue Devils as Jordan Moore makes the catch.
They move Waters out of the backfield. The linebacker ran with him. Good job of getting the pre-snap look there by Riley Leonard. He knew he had his favorite target matched up in the inside against the safety, and really good route in separation.
They motion that running back out, get the linebacker out the middle of the field.
Relationship with Moore, the former quarterback. They work hard together. And that's a favorable matchup against that Thomas Harper, the backup safety.
All right, so Duke trying to get something on the board in the final minute as we check in with Kevin.
Reese, Boost Infinite halftime report moments away. Booger McFarland, Kevin Nagani here. #1 Georgia tested today.
But Brock Bowers pulled them through.
Yeah, we're seeing defense in Durham. Not seeing that in Oxford, Boog.
Defense is optional. Whoever has the ball last between LSU and Ole Miss, they'll probably win.
Cannot wait to show you the highlights there and why Booger has a different #1 than the voters. We'll show you that list coming up. Back to you, RD.
I can imagine that Booger is a little nauseated by what's going on defensively in Oxford.
Booger, come on, man. What's going on with that LSU defense?
We advance.
We saw it firsthand last week against Arkansas. The offense, that's a playoff caliber offense with Jaden Daniels, but man, they pride themselves with great players like Booger McFarland of being one of the best defenses in the country. Just a lot of new faces on the back end that teams have been able to exploit.
So Duke's top receiver, Jalen Calhoun, walking off the field, and he's not in the lineup on this 1st and 10 play. Final minute to go from the 11. Riley Leonard. He's hit his through, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Here's Heather Leonard. That's Riley's mom. Probably see that bracelet there that says "you suck." I will explain that because Riley got tired of all the praise, so he told his mom, "You need to keep me level-headed." So she sends him text that say,
and made a wrist
briskly, and she brought us some on game day.
Yeah, wore it the whole show.
The thing was, she didn't mean it with Riley. She might have with us.
For sure. Absolutely.
Here's Leonard. Riley Leonard shakes a tackle and gets down close to the 5. Maybe they'll mark him at the 7, 3rd down coming.
Another quarterback design run. Smart there to get the numbers right. Got behind Pickett, who's in right now at right guard. So the tight end, not the huge hurry with those 2 timeouts.
Now the crowd's getting a little bit restless.
Yeah.
For that. They can pick up a first down.
And he calls the timeout.
Well, you see how those parents,
5 play right.
those blunt parents be all nervous in the stands.
So here is Riley and Heather Leonard, who grew up in Fairhope, Alabama. And see, there's the text that Mom sends him all the time. He was tired of everybody praising him. He's sort of the toast of Fairhope. Everybody in town loves him.
Yeah, I bet.
He's the quintessential good guy. Doesn't drink, doesn't cuss, polite, good-looking, whole thing.
Yeah, well, he's the total package, and he's the leader of this offense. And what you really respect is things haven't gone his way.
Yeah, at least you know her kid going to the
you
NFL.
love to see that from quarterbacks. Things aren't always going to go well.
He going to the league,
it's
though.
how you respond to that. Doing the Detroit game this past week,
No.
Jared Goff talked about how he's really matured in his 7th year as a starter. He said, you know, I realized that everything's not going to be perfect. I have to battle through some adversity. Everybody's going to face it. It's what you do when you're in the storm.
Look at that.
Now she's watching her son battle through that here in this first half.
What would you run here, Kirk?
Well, the way he's been involved in the run game, you're going to have to try to count
Whip route
on your receivers getting a one-on-one opportunity. Who can beat
Run
these
the whip.
DBs and get separation?
Hagen's in motion. Now on 3rd down.
Oh!
Riley lets go of the football. Let's see who comes up with it.
I think
Riley
Duke may have
stuck,
gotten
bro.
it back.
Riley stuck in this.
And they are very fortunate they didn't have their 2nd turnover of the first half.
Riley
Samir Hagens
stuck in this game.
was there to get hold of it.
Yeah, he's trying to make a play. And it looked like, yeah, as you say, Hagens ended up getting on top of it. Life as a parent of a quarterback right there.
Oh, man. I don't know that there's anything more glorious or more agonizing than watching your kids play, you know? I mean, and
better make this field goal.
Disappointed by that, but disaster averted. And now with 4 seconds remaining, Duke can get on the board. That's not how they wanted the drive to end, but if they could put some points on the board, very fortunate to be down only 7 if this field goal is good.
Yeah, obviously they were thinking about a touchdown. Really, Riley Leonard on that drive with his legs, a lot of design. It wasn't just creating, it was a lot of design runs, and they were able to move the ball. Best drive by far of the night. Now, they did have a field goal attempt earlier that was makeable, and they missed. See if they can put this through and pull within 1 possession. He'd be
this
very
one is
happy,
named?
considering the way this first half has gone, to be only down by 7.
When Todd Polino has missed from 38, this one will be from 25.
You got 13 watching.
And Polino missed it again.
Wow.
Anything that could possibly go
Motherfucker's
wrong
missing from 15 yards, bro.
has gone wrong. Duke will get the ball back to start the 2nd half.
Yeah, they gave up a fake punt. They've now missed 2 field goals. You know, they shaked a punt. And anything that could go wrong, at least in the 3rd phase of football,
I'm not kicking no more, dog.
without a doubt.
Holly's found Marcus Freeman.
Well, Coach Freeman, your defense had done a good job containing the quarterback run game until that last drive. What changed and how do you fix it?
I think they committed to the quarterback run game that last drive, and we got to be alert of that, right? We got to understand what formations they're running the quarterback out of, and you know what? He's a good player, so we got to make sure that if they're going to run him, that we do a good job of tackling him.
How do you get your run game going?
You know what? We got to figure out what we're doing well. We got to stop first having pre-snap penalties. Can't have a holding penalty, but we got to settle down and just do what we do well. I feel like we're pressing a little bit as coaches and players. Calm down, make sure we take care of what we're supposed to do, and just do what we do well.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Holly, Marcus, thank you very much. Into the first half, 10-0 Notre Dame.
And Duke does get the ball there to start the second.
Duke will get it first to start the 2nd half. The Boost Infinite halftime
So they
report is
practice
coming
field
up right after these
They
messages.
practice field right behind the game field. Yeah.
Desmond
I'm
Howard,
not going to the
here to
locker
see
room.
my college football collection.
Impressive stuff, little man.
Geico makes it easy to insure. My car and RV too.
Wow.
Gloves from your famous catch.
How'd you get those? Great smile. Is this from when the band ran on the field?
Yep, 1982.
What is this?
Oh, no, don't touch the...
Not so fast, my friends. Not so fast, my friends.
It will turn off eventually.
For all your insurance needs from home to car to RV, it's easy to Geico.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's serves up bottomless drinks, bottomless chips and salsa, and a cheeseburger and fries for just $10.99. Hey, it's 3 for me, not 3 for us. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Gold came from the heavens